Hello, guys. Welcome to our Thursday weekly connection. I'm so excited to have you guys here. And if you are watching the replay, I'd love if you wanted to share any of your takeaways from today. And if this is your first time, this is just a place and a time for us to connect, get in maybe smaller group setting business coaching. If you have a specific topic that you're wanting to discuss, maybe something you're seeing in your business and you're not sure how to proceed, this is the place. This is like, the safe space. This is our group hug where we get to connect with each other and help brainstorm and work through things. So does anybody have anything that they wanted to chat about today specifically that's going on in their business? I saw Katie on mute. You're like ready?
I can't think of anything specific, but I am really excited to be here and get back in the groove of brainstorming and just being together. So I'm completely open to everything everyone has to say today. Pencil, paper ready.
Did you have something?
So Ariel, I'll chime in because I've been posting, having a lot of VIP interaction, which I love, asking about the photo I've picked, asking about the Scentsy product. And I just want to say thank you for changing the excuse we put in our head when they say, and the new one is it's too expensive. Mm-hmm. So it's changing the mindset and just being comfortable with, I did serve them. I answered all their questions. And maybe this is something they have to choose if they want it that bad. Do I need to save for it in this day and age? Mm-hmm. Is this and I'm trying to currently work through some verbiage with trying to now not say, oh, host a party or going that route, but is this I'm trying to come up with a word, exquisite, enough for me to save for a reward that I'm personally, and this is the customer, saying it to the customer, or you're personally working towards a goal. So like if you're trying to get healthy and drop a few pounds when you hit a certain milestone, or if you have, or figure out I'm a Weight Watchers coach. So for every pound you lose, you're going to put 50 cents in the jar or $1. And then voila, after or depending on what it is, if it's 50 pounds, that's $50 to spend on Scentsy as your reward type of a thing. But I'm just trying to figure out the verbiage to kind of entice them. Yeah, I get it. It's expensive, but it's not on me. Don't take it personally. That's unfortunately their problem, because I know I have warmers and things out there that I'm like, okay, you have to figure out why you want it. You just can't do that splurge thing, but maybe it's more of the incentive rather than rewarding myself with food.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why are you stepping away from asking them if they want to host a party?
Because I've asked and they've said no a few times, recently, that, hey, I have a deal for you. You can get it this way. I have options, and I will start a conversation. And they're like, and I get it, because I have some school teachers, and right now it's just the end of the year and it's not the right time. So it's kind of figuring out that lull period. And not having kids, it's really hard because I don't know when the last day of school is, and then they have to unwind. I'm like, it's just me trying to be kind and figure out the timing without going for, and I'm just going to put it, without going for the hustle. So
I love that. But are you getting curious with them and asking these questions? Like, hey, we have a lot of different options for you. Actually, before I start giving ideas, what are you saying to them specifically about hosting a party? And are you asking timelines and their busyness, or are you assuming?
So I'll try to do this two-part, and hopefully I don't have a squirrel moment. So basically, when they say, ooh, that's too expensive, I reach out with something similar to, well, let me tell you one of the smartest ways to shop, because there are several. And one of them is opening your own personal shopping link. Are you interested? And then if they say, yes, no, what is that? Then of course you go on with the different verbiage, add that way you can shop and go and build rewards for the expensive item, or you can, or they can invite their friends. For example, I have one substitute school teacher who wants the air purifier, so she's reached out to all of her other teacher friends, done a lot of work, shared her link, that she's said, hey, you talked about when you're ready to talk to me about Facebook, what did you mean? Because I said, hey, I have Facebook options. And so it was like the first step is here, and she's also preparing for knee surgery on May 31st. So we're going to do something in June party wise. We've already set that timeline, but she's got them already in the VIP group, because I said the option right now, since they all know you're going in for knee surgery, is to get them out there, get them seeing the product, so that when you're ready to party in June, when you're down and recovering and you want something to do in bed, because that's what she said, this would be a great time to have a party when I can't move around a lot. I'm stuck. And I thought, hey, that's a great alternative. So that's where we're at with that one. And I can't remember your second question because I had a squirrel moment.
You know, I was so into your answer from that I can't remember what I asked either. Oh, I think I know I asked what you're saying specifically, and are you assuming their timelines? Are you asking their timelines?
I'm asking their timelines. And it's, I will tell you, it's so, when you're meeting someone through Facebook and you haven't, you just have their profile picture and to go off of. For example, I had a new customer interested in the Stargaze diffuser. We went through a few, I always move the conversation to private once they say how much, because I figure, okay, the diffuser is pricey. I don't need to scare everybody off. And we went into, she said it's too expensive. And I said, hey, and I gave her the option. And she said, well, I'm really busy right now until probably after June getting school stuff done. So again, it's a tag. I like that you're in your little planner. It was a tag I went out and wrote to June. So again, it's you hit them June 1st, you wait till the 3rd. It's just kind of a new experience trying to figure out. Everybody doesn't have the life I have, and I can't assume that everybody's free all the time, and just trying to figure out that timeline. So I did put the limit out there with this one particular customer, but I also know she's been added to the group because of the party. So then it's the decision of, once her friend gets rocking on her party, is reaching out to her before she places an order and saying, yes, Mo has goals, but you also have options. I just don't want to ruin the friendship. And that's where the story is when you have friends. You see what I'm saying?
I do, but I have a couple follow-on questions. They might be tough. Why are you not sharing our prices of our products? Because it's available on the website, right? They could go find it. So what's holding you back? It's, from what it sounds like, is that you have a story about the price.
Well, I think what holds me back is the excuse of I'm going to scare everybody off.
Okay.
I mean,
what if you let that go?
I think that it would intrigue others maybe to purchase it. But I think when you're in the moment and typing, that you don't stop and say before you type, let go. Let go. I think that's what happened. It actually happened Tuesday. So I think that's just, it's just recent, and we have to walk through our mistakes in order to change our attitude.
Yeah. Because I have to be honest, I used to tell myself stories, the same thing as well, as this is a very expensive product, and I built it up in my head that not everybody can afford this, which is true. However, that also turned into not celebrating the value of our product and not being open and free about the value of it, because yes, it's expensive, but people who want it will get it. And if it's not in budget right now, that's where we come up with the alternatives that they have. And can I offer you a potential solution for the one who is interested in the diffuser, but she's a guest of a party that's not happening until June?
Yes.
Do they share every single same friend?
Not certain, because they just all came on.
Okay. I'm assuming that they know, that she knows people that host A doesn't know.
Okay.
So what an option could be is, you want to probably have some good sales this month, and you probably want to help serve her and get her that diffuser faster this month. Maybe an option that you could present her is, hey, I know that you were invited because of host A's original party. I'd love to help get you set up with your diffuser. What if we go ahead and do a party for you over here, and then when we have host A's party, you can buy some oils to go into your brand new diffuser on her party, so that she is still getting some of those benefits from bringing you in here, but that we can get you go ahead and get you squared away over here.
Well, and that's a really great option, because one of the things when we were discussing it was that she came back with the, can I do installment payments? And that was a tough one to answer, knowing that, well, you do installments on your credit card, you don't want to want it, but that's I feel really comfortable being able to come back with something like that. Who knows, I may just do a surprise, hey, just checking in with you today and see if we can start another conversation. I always say, hey, I've been thinking, because I think when we're in the moment, the best part of customer service, and in a former life, I was a call center supervisor. So I'm just going to throw it out there to everybody, is the best and fastest way to build a relationship when you're in doubt about yourself is just, and you've said it, Ariel, is just to always say, hey, I need to research that, or come back with, hey, I thought about this for a couple of days, and you know what, here is a solution that I wish I would have thought of on my feet a little bit better, because that way they know that we're human just like them, and that we're just not this bucket of Cincy knowledge. And I'll tell you why, because I had this must have been 6 months ago. I had a friend that had a shopping link, and she'd gotten her rewards, and she said, can I get the diffuser half off? She had gotten 2 hostess rewards. So I plug it in, it doesn't come up. I mean, and when you go out and you search in the workstation of what qualifies for hostess rewards, like you need 3 to get half price for the air diffuser. I had not known until 6 months ago that you need 2 host rewards to get the diffuser half off, which I was like, oh wow, because I bought a diffuser and I'm like, shoot, I could have saved money myself. So again, it's those little walkthroughs that I kind of wish there was something out there on the workstation that when you're new, that you could kind of find a snapshot of how those pricey items work, rather than the backdoor method. She was really happy. She decided to go for a little bit more because she wanted a warmer, so it's still open. but that diffuser's, you know, she knows which one she wants. It's always been in stock since she's with me since the very beginning when I started my business a year ago. So it's just one of those that, you know, little by little. And I have to send her reminders. Hey, do you need to shop again? Because you're like $50 away. And she's like, oh, yes. But she works a full-time job remotely. She's in Texas and in the oil industry. And she gets scroll moments all the time. And I love that about her, because that's why we're friends. It's like, oh, yes, you told me that last night. And I got on to something else and totally spaced it off. So we're all human.
Yes. Okay. So I love that you brought this up today, because I feel like it touches on a really big point that a lot of us do. And we assign stories that we've internalized or that we think, and we project it onto others without getting curious, without having those conversations. And this is just another great way that we can take a step back and, like I said, get curious. And you're never going to know if you don't ask. And so I think that's just one of my favorite things is to just step back, but also work on verbiage. If you're concerned that your verbiage is maybe too long, too wordy, or you want to figure out how to be more concise and get to the point, we can also help with that. Because I know we've talked about this so much. I remember just how much word vomit I used to just spew at people, because I was so excited. I wanted them to know all the things right away. And that was such a disservice to not only myself, but to my customers. Because you want to give them enough information to keep them wanting more, right? So one of my favorite ways to just ask for a party right now is, hey, I hope you're loving your last Scentsy order. Did you want to earn some free stuff this month? And that opens the conversation to, how can I earn? What does that even mean? And then you can talk about your favorite party styles. And especially with teachers, I love promoting pod parties, because a lot of school districts will not allow, because some fire marshals are just really particular about what they have in their classrooms. They can do like the USB mini fan diffuser because it plugs into their computer, or they can do a Scentsy Go. They may not be able to have a warmer because of sticky fire marshals, but focusing on the pod parties with those people is a great opportunity, because the only place they can get refills is us. But we have so many great systems that they can use them in. We have 4 systems. We have the Go, the wall fan diffuser, the mini fan diffuser, and the air purifier. So we have 4 systems that our pods can be used in, that we can kind of expand the brand awareness on those particular products. That's a great idea, because you mentioned teachers, and I just wanted to make sure I touched on that. But serving our customers should always be the end goal. So even though host A is having a party in June, you still want to make sure that potential host B is being served now, because we need to strike while the iron's hot as well. I am so good at talking myself out of something if I walk away from it, even if it could benefit me, even if it's a purchase that I know is going to be good in the long run. If I sit and think about it too much, if I walk away from it, I am likely not going to purchase something. So serving and striking while the iron's hot is a really good opportunity to gain loyal customers. You know what I mean?
Ariel, and I'm just going to add, because since I've thrown out her name, Mo really loves, I do mystery boxes every month. And when she said, and she's retired, when she said she went back and she's substitute teaching right now, just because the kids need the support. That was one of the things. And I think you had said it right to me when I started with giving me ideas of how to approach products. My mystery box, it was geared around the fact that she's a teacher. It was mailed yesterday, and it's the mini fan diffuser for that very purpose, so that when she starts rocking and rolling in June with her party, she has something to say, oh my goodness, this doesn't, and this is a customer that only purchases the mini warmers. She loves the mini, she's my mini warmer fan, and everybody else gets the full size. She's the only one that I've seen do the minis. And so I was like, so why not a mini fan diffuser? Because of that reason. And I think it's going to be just fun to have her go, oh my goodness, here is something. And it's a quick share with your friends that, oh my goodness, this will work in the classroom, blah, 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 for the fall.
Yeah,
Or
that's
I don't know if they go to summer school. School is so much changed since I was there. I know we're year round, but I'm assuming well, Ariel, you have kids. Is Arizona, for example, all year round?
No, we're not year round. We end next week, but we only have a 2-month break. So it's just
Okay.
wild.
Well, and it's because it's crazy because it used to be back in the day when my parents were in, you went to school after Labor Day and you were done before Memorial Day, and that's all changed across the country. So to me, it's really hard. Those are the assumed things, again, that you're mentioning that we need to be honest about and say, hey, I don't have kids in the school no, I'm kid free. I don't have anyone in. Somebody's told me not to say kidless because it's derogatory. It was a really good correction last Saturday to say I'm kid free. So could you update me on what the school schedule is in your area? And again,
that's great. It's getting curious.
Getting curious, but it's also listen to those outside your Cincy world, because you're being given tools to sound. And I love that you've posted that confidence little reel from Instagram, because I went through and actually had to listen to it again with the Glam Buddy coming out Monday with the post I just did, because I liked her verbiage at the end.
Yeah.
Let me hook you up. And
exactly.
so it was like, again, I really, and we asked for personal one-on-one coaching, and it's dealing so that, prep for dealing with word vomit, because that's what I feel I'm spilling out, which I feel like I'm losing the engagement. So I'm trying, my focus this week is being short and sweet, and I hope everybody read the article, because I am going to share Canva pictures that I'm doing that don't have any. I'm trying to look at it now. Don't have any. I love, for example, I think this is the first time that they have, with the Bring Back My Bar, did the comparison. Where if you like this, you might like this. You're breaking up, sweetie.
I know consultants have done that in the past, so that's a great tool to use.
But actually, it was out in the news article this time.
Right. So I'm glad that Cincy is now providing that.
Yeah, well, and because that's where I've struggled. I'll give you an example. When I first started, I reached out to you, and she is so excited it's coming back. Oh, what one is it? No, I'm looking at the wrong list. Enchanted Mist.
Uh-huh.
She has been looking for a comparison. It was a year ago when I started. I didn't even, I've gone out and looked, but wow, I was like, Shoreline Drive, that's one of my favorites. One of my favorites. And now I can approach her because she's the one that had lived in Vegas, and the consultant did not provide any ice, and the wax melted in her back seat. So she's out of wax, but she'll do other things. And I'm like, oh my goodness, girl, Shoreline Drive, look at all the products in Shoreline. And that's why I'm doing the list, is so that, because I told her it's coming back and Bring Back My Bar, look for a post. And I think this comparison will trigger her maybe to go out and help with some of those other items. I've been trying to get her into the pods. She still, that wax thing really stopped the ball.
Yeah, I totally.
I mean, it's just, she'll do the hand cream, and I'm like, oh, I wish Shoreline Drive was in a hand cream. She loves the body line, but it's just trying to get her confidence again built up, which has been a trial, because she's the one I throw things at. Like, God, I got this in a I've been doing car bars with her because she got a new car about the same time you did, and I got this in a bar, and I don't like it in the bar, but tell me what you think in the car bar, for example. I'm just trying to show her, and she's like, these don't melt. That's when I asked the last time, do they melt in the sun? She was one of the one that was asking that because of the one experience. And it's like, man, I don't have all this knowledge of what melts in cars and what melts in heat, But thank you for always helping. And I'm sorry I'm hogging all your time. I'll let somebody else go for your next 10 minutes.
Awesome. Sounds good. Donette, do you have anything that you want to chat about today? Do you need me help with anything?
Actually, I'm just trying to learn and soak up as much as I can. I had
Awesome.
dental work, so I can't only talk, and I'm waiting in to go in to the doctor about the
Well,
surgery.
yeah, make you
But
talk anymore then.
I would really like to be able to attend the reunion, and I know Katie's gonna go. She signed up, but I would be having to get a flight from West Virginia to where is it in St. Louis?
No, it's in Salt Lake in Utah.
Salt Lake.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've been there for many public relation conferences and held game shows for thousands of people. But anyhow, I would like to somehow start start promoting my June sales for the 4th of July.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what I need to do.
Okay. Are you talking about for the warmer of the month specifically that's coming out in June?
That, and like I thought about the canister that's the water canning with star on it and things
Mhm.
like that.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm not computer savvy, and Katie, my upline, my daughter, is wants me to learn everything on my own so that I can be a good leader. And I only have one day left to meet that sensational two goal, and I know I'm not going to be able to get 1,000 orders. And I'm real picky about who I want to sponsor. So I might need some help, maybe trying to figure out who I could get to sponsor
Mhm.
so I could hit that here in the next day, because I only have one day left. But I've been feeling bad still, but today's better.
I think a good area of focus, it's not impossible to get $1,000 in sales in one day. I know Katie has done that before. It's not impossible. It will take effort in reaching out to every single person that you know, starting as soon as you can and sticking with it. Sponsoring somebody and helping get them active by tomorrow is a little bit more of a challenge. Again, not impossible. But the sales are what's in your control. And if you're really wanting to hit that level too, I personally would probably go the sales route rather than finding somebody, training them, and hoping that they get
Okay.
active by tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? It because the sales are all in your control. You are in charge of who you're talking to, reaching out to, finding out who needs a wax replenishment or maybe wants to try the body line, air purifier, etc. So I would focus on that, and that's what I would do. And if you want, I know you're not on Facebook a whole lot, but if you post on either the Firefly Nomad Collective or in the Nomad Business Support Group, asking about maybe some ideas for ways to get quick PRV, or if you even just search those pages, I know there are a lot of posts that people have made previously that will give you ideas besides
Okay.
just reaching out. Hmm?
All right, that sounds great. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Sorry, my speech is so weird. It's just I have a
No,
mouth.
you've got
I have a mouthpiece in, and it had a terrible cavity replacement. So,
I'm sorry to hear that.
oh, it's always something with me. But I just take it one day at a time.
Good idea.
And I've been going to a dinner at a church on Monday nights and taking my Cincy and Mother's Day gifts there instead of on Sunday, and letting people pull them out and let other people see them. And I'm
Mhm.
getting some bits and orders from that. So that really has helped a lot. So
Awesome.
I really wanted to reach a sensational level too, but if I don't, it's okay. I can still work on the brick and mortar.
You can, but don't give up yet. Don't give up yet. Give
Um,
yourself the next 24, 36 hours and see what you can do. You might be surprised with what you can do. And worst case, if you work your hardest, but you still fall short, you know you've done what you can. And so that's a cool feeling too.
Yeah,
Ariel,
I'll be certified.
Ariel, can I chime in for a minute?
Absolutely.
A year ago when I did my online party, but I also walked to the neighbors I know in my neighborhood and said, hey, I'm starting out I was just honest with them. I was starting out where she was at. I wanted something really, really bad, and I was getting close to that deadline. And I'm like, what can I do? And the thing is yes, it was COVID. So I went out, I did your little, and it was horrible because I didn't have any of the Amazon tools. I used the little snack packs with the measurements, and I took some of the bars I had, gave them a few samples. That was how I did my sample. And I didn't know, and I put them all in the same bag. My bad, that way back when you don't know what you're doing. And I knocked on all my neighbors that were around the street, told them, hey, I'm starting my Cincy business. I have a huge goal in mind. I'm going to leave you a catalog. I told them what my deadline is. I said, I hate to put you under so much pressure. You know, have you heard about, I started with, of course, have you heard about Cincy? And I gave them a catalog. I gave them the little Ziploc. I said, sorry, I want this is to be pretty. I don't even have a sticker. They had a card that was color coded with, because I grabbed different colored bars. You know, the green one is this is with a description. That's all I could do. And I actually had neighbors that said, hey, I'm low on cleaning. And I didn't even mention cleaning. And they actually got me to get that sensational start too, just because they were like, yeah, I do. And one member, one person looked at me and said, hey, if I order through you, do you know you give me free shipping? And I was like, no, because I didn't even know that. It was like, oh, yes. And I didn't even have an order form, which stupid. So make sure you have an order form for them to get back to you. But she went through, and then she also called her friends. They all paid her back. One person got me my sensational start just by reaching out, saying, hey, this is a good neighbor. And she's elderly. She always checks in on me. She always, when she bakes cookies, brings me cookies, because she doesn't want I like to bake, but if I have the batch, I'll eat every cookie. So I always share with my neighbors saying, hey, I made cookies and I've got what I want, but didn't want to have the batch. It's just doing something little with your neighbors, because you never know who's going to go, hey, I can help you with that because I'm low on cleaning, and I'm going to reach out to my friends and get you what you need. And I think I was maybe $10. I squeaked by $10. It was a small amount. And I was like, woohoo, I did it. So don't forget, you have that little inner circle of where you live, and they know you, and they do love and appreciate you. That's all I wanted to add.
Awesome. Thank you so much for adding that. I do have to get going. I have my appointment here soon, but I would encourage you also to watch the replay of this as well. And because maybe sometimes when we're in the middle of this, we don't hear everything, and we don't maybe, catch everything, and we got to ruminate a little bit. So watch the replay, and thank you guys for hopping on. Thank you for your time. You guys are wonderful, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.